Hello and welcome to IABM TV. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Renaud Lavoie, CEO at Embrionix. Renaud, welcome to IABM TV.
Thank you very much.
Can you start by telling us about Embrionix?
Yes, Embrionix started 9 years ago, and we're specialized in infrastructure, SDI mainly, and with the transition with IP, now we're doing more all IP product and also SDI to IP for the conversion to the IP world. It's an exciting time.
And talking about exciting times, how has the last few months, how has business been for Embrionix?
So in the same time preparing the IBC show, which is really important for us, we finished the fiscal year and we increased our revenue by 23%.
Wow.
And we just won a big project in Canada to help the customer and work with them. It's CBC in Montreal to help them to transition to IP.
So what else can you tell us about this project with CBC then, and what it'll entail for you guys?
So it's multiple gateways that we have there, but they use it because it's directly in IP switches, so there's no more frame. And also the fact that they can reprogram them, it's software defined, and they can virtualize basically any functions they do in IP. So they basically take our solution for that. It's miniaturized and it's going IP.
So is this a fairly big project for Embrionix, or is it similar to projects you've done in the past?
So we've done quite a few big projects like that in the past, but this one is more, there is more exposure, and it's a recent build. It's totally new, so they build the building ground up.
Oh, right.
And we're ready as soon as they are. So they're finishing the building now.
So there must have been quite a few new challenges coming with that, with a build like that, building right from the ground up.
Yes, and we have a team now that's really master the IP technology. We did that for like 8 years now, so they're really pro in that. So yeah, it's really exciting. We're showing at the IBC, we're showing a smaller, reduced set of what they're using,
right.
And it's really miniaturized. So it's one switch that drives an entire boot, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. And so you mentioned earlier about all UHD and all IP processing. What else can you tell us about that, Renaud?
So people see gateways as a transition, right? So we take the gateway and we can add some IP function in there. So let's say up, down, cross. So it's the same hardware. You don't have to repay for it. It's just a new program.
Right.
So, and this is really key in this transition because SDI will fade out and IP will fade in. So we need to be there to support them with multiple functions. So right now we're showing a downscale. So we take a 4K, we downscale it for a multi-viewer, and we're also showing a quad split, all okay. IP. And the quad split we combine 5 parts together, which is 5 really little parts, and we create a 16-image multi-viewer.
Okay. And that's all been well received, and customers are appreciating
Yeah, customers love that because it's directly in cuts. Mm-hmm. So they don't have to buy big frames with proprietary equipment in there.
Right.
They just use the cuts and they just use SFP in there. So it's really easy, lower power, lower size, and they can basically take the size back for the premium space where their operators are.
And they could increase that if they wanted to, so it's all scalable, and
it's
so
scalable
there's not as big a risk for them.
Exactly, so it's really scalable. It's a switch and they just plug that in.
Yeah.
And it's scaled 1 by 1 or 2 by 2, that's it. It's not a card, it's not a frame, and there's no moving part, so it's really reliable.
Okay, brilliant. Well, Renaud, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
You can find out more about all of these products and services at embryonix.com.